Good evening, welcome to World News. I am Wisdom Onisi. First, the headline. Senate pledges to end illegal mining in Nigeria. German Foreign Minister vows support for Ukraine. Israeli airstrikes killed 31 people in Gaza. And on sport, Galatasaray set €50 million maximum Siemens January transfer. Now the news in details. The Nigerian Senate has vowed to eliminate illegal mining activities that have been depriving the federal government of significant revenue and contributing to food and physical insecurity across the country. As part of its commitment, the Senate also aims to establish a safer and more profitable mining sector. Over the weekend, Senator Ekong, chairman of the Senate Committee on Solid Minerals, led a delegation to Niger State to investigate the recent collapse of a mining pit that claimed around 30 lives. During the visit, Ekong emphasized that illegal and unregulated mining operations are major obstacles to realizing the multi-billion-dollar potential of Nigeria's mineral sector, with unauthorized miners using unsafe and environmentally harmful practices. He highlighted the economic potential of Nigeria's solid mineral sector, noting that curbing illegal mining could generate substantial revenue, diversify the economy, and boost Nigerian GDP. Away from that, the National Human Rights Commission has condemned in its entirety the arraignment for treason of children and minors who allegedly participated in the recent nationwide End Bad Governance protest. In a statement made on Monday, the Commission stated that the arrest, detention, and arraignment of the minors by the Nigerian police on charges of treason and attempting to overthrow a legitimate government, among other charges, clearly contravenes a plethora of national, regional, and international laws. The Executive Secretary of the Commission, Tony Ojukwu, who stated this in Abuja over the weekend, noted that the action of the Nigerian police has raised significant concern among senior lawyers and legal experts, the human rights community, development partners, sister national human rights institutions, and well-meaning Nigerians. We also have you know that invaders have again struck in Benue State, killing 6 persons in attacks suspected to be orchestrated by herdsmen in Aliomo community of Logo local government.
Hillstv, Poker.
Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa. Kenya's new deputy president, Kithure Kindiki, has sworn in after a court lifted orders barring his inauguration following weeks of legal challenges by the predecessor, who was impeached by parliament last month. The Senate voted to remove Rigathi Gachagua, the previous deputy president, from office in October on charges including gross violation of the constitution and stirring ethnic hatred, accusations that he rejects and has dismissed as politically motivated. Kenya's High Court had put Kindiki's inauguration on hold after Gachagua and his supporters filed over 30 court challenges to prevent his dismissal and replacement. But the stay order was lifted on Thursday, with judges saying that the deputy president position should not remain vacant according to this constitution. Away from that, Police in South Africa have forced 540 illegal miners out of an abandoned mine shaft and arrested them. Last this week, security forces blocked deliveries of food and water to the miners in a bid to push them out of the mine. The miners experienced starvation and dehydration and were forced to resurface. I beg your pardon. Individuals have been emerging from the mine located in the northern town of Oke, though hundreds are believed to remain in the shaft. Over the weekend, the National Police Boss encouraged security forces on the ground not to back down and to ensure the rule of law is restored. A statement from the force says. Now we move to other parts of the world after this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back now to the news from other parts of the world. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock said on Monday that Ukraine needs support to ensure its very survival as Kyiv heads into its third winter of war, exacerbated by North Korean weapons aid and massive Russian airstrike on civilian infrastructure. The German foreign minister, who was last in Ukraine in May, is due to meet Ukrainian President Zelensky and her Ukrainian counterpart, Andriy Sybiha, while in the capital. Baerbock said Germany recently extended its emergency energy aid to Ukraine by an extra 170 million euro, that is $185.27 million, in response to bombard out heating plants and power lines. We also have you know that Myanmar junta leader Min Aung Hlaing will travel to China this week to attend the regional summit. Reports stated this on Monday in an embattled top general first visit to the influential neighboring nation since he seized power in 2021 coup. Since the coup, Myanmar has been in chaos, including areas along its borders with China, as an armed resistance movement combined with establishment ethnic minority militias to wrest control of large territories from the military government. Min Aung Hlaing will attend summit of the Greater Mekong sub-region and the Ayeyarwady Kyoto Phraya Mekong Economic Cooperation Strategy and join the meeting with Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam on November 6th and 7th in Kunming. The report reviewed this. We also have you know that Israeli airstrike killed at least 31 people in Gaza Strip over the weekend, Palestinian medics said, with nearly half of the deaths in southern areas where the army has waged a month-long campaign. It says it aimed at preventing Hamas from regrouping. Palestinians said the new aerial and ground offensives and forced evacuations were ethnic cleansing, aimed at emptying two northern Gaza towns and a refugee camp of the population in order to create buffer zones. Israel denies this, saying it is fighting Hamas militants who launched attack from there. Medics said at least 13 Palestinians were killed in separate attacks on houses in Beit Lahia town and Jabalia, the largest of Enclave's 8 historic camps and focus of the army's new offensive. Up next is business. Please stay with us. Welcome back now to business news. South African rand gained in early trade on Monday against a weaker dollar as investors geared up for the U.S. to elect its next president and the Federal Reserve's interest rate announcement this week. The rand traded at 17.5250 against the U.S. dollar, about 0.8% stronger than its previous close. The dollar traded about 0.2% weaker against a basket of currencies. As the world's biggest economy heads to the polls on Tuesday, Republican candidate Donald Trump and Democratic candidate Kamala Harris are virtually tied in opinion polls. South Africa's benchmark 2030 government bond was unchanged in early deals with the yield 9.32%. Still on business news, financial markets began the week on a cautious note, though moves in currencies stole the spotlight on Monday ahead of a busy week headlined by the U.S. presidential race, which is set to come down to the wire. The week will also provide investors with global monetary policy catalyst with the rate decision from the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England, the Reserve Bank of Australia, Riksbank, and Norges Bank. China National People's Congress Standing Committee meets from November till November 8, which will be closely watched for further details of rift of stimulus measures that were announced recently. Still to come is sport. Please stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Hillstv, Poker.
Welcome back now to Sport News. Two second-half goals from Ayo Media Call and Reviol IMRL were all Ikorodu's City FC needed to condemn Rivers United to their first defeat of the 2024 and 2025 Nigerian Premier Football League. Despite a late onslaught from the visitors in search of goals, the Lagos-based club defended very well to earn the maximum point and keep a clean sheet. The victory means Ikorodu City claimed their third win of the season, while Rivers, who drew last week against El Kanami, dropped more points to relinquish their top spot to Reno Stars. Away from that, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has reaffirmed the government's commitment to protecting its citizens in Libya following a recent ruling by the Confederation of African Football against the Libyan Football Association. The CAF decision cited Libya for alleged mistreatment of the Nigerian team during a Nation Cup qualifying match. The ministry, in a statement signed by its spokesperson, Eche Abu Ebe, over the weekend confirmed that Nigerians in Libya are safe and going about their daily activities without interference. Still on sport news, where we'll have you know that according to reports from Turkey, Galatasaray are not willing to pay more than 50 million euro to purchase Victor Osimhen from Napoli in January, as the Turkish champions look to tie down the Nigerian striker who has 75 million euro clause. Osimhen is currently on loan at Galatasaray from Napoli, but the Turkish side do not have an option to make his move permanent. The striker's release clause was cut to 75 million euro while he completed his loan move to Galatasaray in September. But according to the Turkish report, Galatasaray can't afford to offer as much as sign the Napoli loanee. According to report, club director can reach 50 million euro thanks to the sponsor. The plan is to sign Osimhen in January transfer window to beat others suitors. And that's your sport news on World News. Now we move to the rest of the news after this break. Stay with us.
This is Hillstv. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Welcome back. Now the rest of the news. A volcano in eastern Indonesia erupted overnight, killing at least 10 people as it spewed fireballs and ash on surrounding villages. Officials said this on Monday as they released its alert status to the highest level. Mount Lewatobi, Laki, 1,703 meters, that is 5,587 feet, twin volcano located on the popular tourist island of Flores, first erupted shortly before midnight, forcing authorities to evacuate several villages. Reports stated that villages near the volcano were covered by thick ash, with some areas on fire. Local media reported that the volcano was wide enough and saw 5 villages evacuated, affecting thousands of residents. And that's World News. But before we go, here are the headlines once again. We told you that Senate pledges to end illegal mining in Nigeria. We brought to you that German Foreign Minister vows support for Ukraine. We informed you that Israeli airstrikes killed 31 people in Gaza. And on sport, Galatasaray set €50 million